He yanked the thank you banner down like someone swatting away a ghost. The letters, "Thank you, Veterans," dangled by a thin strip of tape, swaying in the window of the small neighborhood library. Helena, setting out a donation table with children's books, held her breath. Broad shoulders, thinning hair, eyes that looked underslept. The cap's faded emblem gave him away. A veteran. "Can I help you with something?" Helena's voice came soft, her Brazilian Portuguese brushing the English, unhurried. He didn't answer right away. Time-speckled hands trembled. 1 second was enough. It wasn't anger. It was fear, as if the sign made too much noise, as if any tribute could trip an invisible wire. "Take that out of the window," he murmured, almost asking. "Not everyone wants to remember." Helena breathed in. Her fingers found the red bead bracelet on her wrist, a gift from her mother. She liked to imagine those beads held a quiet kind of balance. "We can talk inside," she said, stepping aside. "It's cold out." He hesitated, then stepped in. At the front desk, the clock crept toward 5, and the eve of Veterans Day hung in the air with a solemn hush. Caitlin, the intern, whispered, "That's Mr. Miller. Lives 2 blocks over. Doesn't come much. Hates crowds. Hates anniversaries." Helena nodded and invited him to sit. In the back, the kids' reading group was winding down. A girl slipped colored pencils into a stickered box. A curious boy sketched soldiers holding kites, not rifles. Helena smiled inside. She liked turning war into wind. "Tea?" she asked. "No, just don't put that up." He tapped his cap, avoiding the imagined sign. "Gives me a headache." Problem? The library needed to keep the tribute. The whole town ran on it. But here was a man looking for peace, not spotlights. Helena thought of her sick father in Brazil, who hated New Year's fireworks. Last week's call echoed, "When the noise starts, I hide in my room. Feels like the house gets smaller." The memory landed. Teenage her, bringing him a glass of water and singing softly. Small gestures, big breaths. "Mr. Miller," she said carefully, "the tribute is meant to thank you. But maybe how we're doing it is hurting you. What would you suggest?" He gave a humorless laugh. Silence. Caitlin bit her lip. The city asked for photos, messages. An idea slid into place. Maybe instead of flags and photos, they could gather private letters. No display, no buzz. A corner for confidences. "What if the tribute were a quiet space?" Helena offered. "A letterbox down the hall. Anyone can write what they want. No photos, no parade. Just words kept safe. Read them if you want, or don't." His eyes narrowed. "Kept words can make noise, too." The boy with the drawing wandered closer, pencils still in hand. "Sir, did you fight in a war?" The veteran swallowed. Helena stepped in. "Miguel, give him a minute, okay?" "I'm drawing peace," Miguel said, flipping the page to show soldiers releasing blue kites into a clear sky. "My mom says kites fly when you let the string go slow." The veteran studied the page, and something softened at the corner of his mouth, tenderness that didn't dare say its name. A flash of memory. Him, young, a photo of his kid brother tucked in his uniform, a foreign sky, the explosion that took his friend and left silence where music used to be. His hand ached from the inside. He set the crumpled banner on the desk. "That sky looks more honest than mine," he said, low. New problem. The glass door banged open, and 2 teens in jackets burst in filming on their phones. "Library's part of the Veterans Parade." One lifted a mini speaker. A march blared. "Let's get a TikTok." The sound sliced the air like metal. The veteran went rigid. Miguel covered his ears. Helena took 2 firm steps. "Guys, please, no music inside." "It's a tribute," the one in a cap laughed. "Relax." The veteran shot up so fast the chair scraped. His look turned to a blade. The storm was forming. Panic, laughter, noise that hurts. Helena signaled. Caitlin dimmed the lobby lights. The room settled amber, calmer. Helena's bracelet clinked against the counter. A small sound, an invitation to quiet. "This is a place for reading and care," she said without raising her voice. "Take the music outside. Please." The boys exchanged glances, half embarrassed. One apologized, the other grumbled and killed the speaker. Lights eased back. The veteran breathed, still shaky. Helena saw him focusing on footsteps, not the past. She offered water. He accepted. "Mr. Miller," Miguel insisted softly, holding up the drawing again. "Can I give you this? It's free." He hesitated, then took the paper with excessive care, like he was lifting something alive, for the first time really looking at the child. "Thank you, kid." Maybe that was the opening. The boys were gone. The lobby breathed. Helena leaned in, almost a whisper. "The letterbox will be ready tomorrow. If you'd like to write anything, even just, 'I'm still here.'" He didn't promise, just dipped his head in a nod that could mean nothing or everything. Closing time. Helena cut the lights and gathered returns. When she opened the book drop, she didn't find only familiar covers. There was a heavy brown envelope, unsealed, a faint gleam escaping the flap. In the corner, 2 words, "For whoever remembers." Her heart sped. Inside, a round shape. A medal. She looked up. The hallway was empty. Street sounds felt far away. And the night suddenly took on the weight of a secret. "Who left this?" she whispered. The answer would come with morning, and maybe a rebirth nobody saw coming. Morning arrived crisp and bright, the kind of cold that stings a little as you breathe. Helena unlocked the library early, fingers still stiff in her gloves. First thing, retrieve the envelope, kept in the cabinet overnight. She set it on the main table like placing a heart to check for a pulse. "For whoever remembers" looked darker in the sun. "You're opening it now." Caitlin appeared with coffee and the under-eye shadows of a late study night. "I am, carefully. Can you film for our internal log? If it's a donor item, we'll need records." The intern propped her phone. Helena lifted the flaps slow. Inside, a metal circle rested on navy cloth. Not a generic medal, deep scratches, a nickname carved by hand. Ray. A short ribbon, once red, now faded. Beside it, a yellowed note, firm handwriting. "If anyone remembers him, tell me. I'm tired of carrying what weighs more than I do." A chill ran through her. Mr. Miller's figure flickered through her mind. Was it his, or someone trusting the library to find a truer home? "Ray, name or nickname?" Caitlin asked, already Googling. "There's a memorial near here, remember?" The bell chimed. Miguel bounded in, tugging his mom, scarf bright at his neck. He held a new drawing in a folder. "Ms. Helena, school's closed for the holiday," he announced. "Mom brought me to help build the letterbox." His mom smiled. "He woke me at 6 about it. Said the man with the cap needs a quiet place." Small gestures again. Helena showed the box, light wood, slot lid, a discreet plaque, words of gratitude or silence. Miguel taped up his sign with blue kites and big letters. "You don't have to read it now." The morning moved like cotton. 3 crochet club ladies slipped notes. A teen wrote, "My great-grandpa served." I miss him. A tall woman in a military coat held a pen for a long time, then slid a blank sheet folded in 4. Absence also spoke. At 11:30, he arrived. Yesterday's cap, tired eyes, a measured walk. Mr. Miller paused in the doorway like asking permission to exist. Helena approached slowly. "Good morning," he pointed at the box. "Is that working already?" "It is, with no display." He took a long breath. He smelled faintly of shaving soap and older rain. Miguel, stacking picture books, gave a shy wave. The veteran returned it, almost a smile. Almost. "Can I sit in the back?" he asked. "Street noise tangles my head." "Of course." Helena offered the table near the window where the light was gentle and the shadows behaved. "Water? Coffee? Weak?" As she poured, Helena felt the envelope heavy in her coat pocket. The question throbbed. Tell him or not? If the medal was his, a piece of history was asking for rest. If it wasn't, the reveal could cut like glass. She brought his cup and chose the slower path. "Our neighborhood keeps memories," she said, setting the mug down. "Sometimes they find us looking for a home. Last night, before closing, someone left something important in the book drop." He looked up, alert. "How important?" "Important enough to deserve respect, a beat. If it relates to you, I'd like to talk. No rush." A muscle twitched in his jaw. He touched his jacket pocket like checking a permanent absence. Flashback. Young him beside a skinny, dark-haired buddy. The guy smiled with his eyes, though his teeth chattered. "Call me Ray," he'd said day one. They shared rations, letters, bad jokes. Then the world blew up in 3 beats. Ray didn't come back. A medal remained that wasn't his. The guilt was. End of flash. "I've lost things," he said, voice worn. "And I kept things that weren't mine, for a while." Helena sat without crowding him. "Do you want to see what I found?" "Not yet." He glanced at the box. "First, I have to put something in there." He stepped to the box, took a blank page, and wrote slowly, large and careful. Miguel watched from a distance like you watch a bird decide to land. The veteran folded the paper, dropped it in, and rested his hand on the lid for a breath. "Thanks for not playing music," he said, almost turned away. "My head still lives in the wrong place when the sound is loud." It looked like a solution. The calm was working. Helena felt a necessary hope. Then the desk phone rang with the urgency of city memos. Caitlin answered, frowned, covered the mic. "Helena, City Hall. They want a live segment here. An honor moment with cameras. This afternoon." Color drained from Helena's face. She looked at the veteran inhaling a green-covered book like a forest. She looked at the newborn letterbox, the window where light patched the floor. "Tell them we're a reading space," she said, but heard words like partnership, funding, visibility. And, from the mayor's office, new problem. She hung up slowly, drifted to the local history shelf, and breathed between spines. When she turned back, Miguel stood by Mr. Miller with a new drawing. 2 figures on a park bench, a boy with kites and an old man in a cap. Title, "When We Look Together." "I made it thinking of you," Miguel said shamelessly. "My mom says when we look together, fear gets smaller." The veteran nodded, eyes wet. This was the moment. Helena pulled the envelope from her pocket and set it on the table without theatrics. "This came in yesterday," she said, nudging it with a finger. "I don't know who left it, but maybe you can tell me if this Ray needs to be remembered by someone in particular." He went still. Then, very slowly, opened the envelope. The metal caught the light and rang like an old coin on wood. He read the note once, twice. His hand shook harder. "I knew a Ray," he said, stuck throat. "And I made a promise I didn't keep." Silence, heavy. Helena waited. Miguel didn't understand, but felt it, pressing his drawing to his chest as if warming it. The bell chimed again, slicing the scene. A thin woman entered, gray hair in a bun, navy coat with a small star pin. She carried a leather portfolio and the patience of someone who has searched for years. "Excuse me," she said, polite, steady. "I'm looking for whoever set out the letterbox. They said someone here might finally remember my brother." Helena and the veteran looked at each other. The woman laid the portfolio down, opened it. A photo of two young men in uniform. One of them, Ray, laughs forever. The other, very young, wore a face Helena now recognized, weathered, across from her. "I'm Ruth," she said, voice holding. "Raymond's sister, and I think this medal," she pointed gently, "belongs to our family." The air thinned, coffee cooled. The letterbox felt like it was breathing. The veteran stared at the photo like it was an old mirror. Then, he whispered, "It's time I kept my promise." Ruth closed the portfolio. The phone rang again. City Hall insisted. The clock moved. Outside, a small crew with a tripod crossed the square toward the library. The holiday wanted spotlights. Inside, 3 lives wanted quiet. Someone would have to choose. Footsteps hurried on the sidewalk. Through the glass, Helena saw city staff setting a tripod, checking a mic. A municipal sedan pulled up. The veteran shrank in his chair, eyes mapping exits. Ruth clutched the portfolio, keeping time from collapsing. Helena reached the phone and unplugged it. The small click echoed. Caitlin stared. "You're refusing the event?" she whispered. "Not refusing," Helena said. "Protecting what's happening here." She went to the veteran and explained softly. "They want to turn this into a show. Cameras, speeches, everything you fear most." "It's not fear," he said. "It's that the noise reminds me I still hear what I should have forgotten." Ruth leaned in a little. "I'm the opposite," she said. "I need the noise to remember he existed." 2 ends of the same pain. Helena felt a knot tighten. They needed a middle, a place where silence and memory could hold each other. Outside, a city employee tapped the glass, smiling, pointing at his watch. 5 minutes, okay? Super quick." Helena forced a polite nod, buying time. She turned back to them. "Let me handle this, I promise. No shouting, no flash. Only what matters." The veteran drew a breath. "I trust you." Ruth opened the portfolio again and pulled out an old, unopened letter. Ray wrote this 2 days before he died. She offered it to the veteran. "I never had the courage to read it. I thought, maybe you should." His hands shook, but his eyes carried a tired courage. He broke the seal gently. Inside, a steady hand. "If I don't come back, tell him forgiveness is lighter than guilt, and that sometimes the ones who survive have to learn to let themselves live." His voice failed. The paper fell to the table. A deep quiet spread, like a prayer. Helena swallowed the rising sob. Ruth bowed her head into her hands. Miguel reappeared holding the letterbox. "Ms. Helena, can I put this outside? The camera people are here." She blinked. "Why, Miguel?" "They want to honor soldiers. This box is the best tribute." Innocence sounded like a plan. Helena smiled. "Put it out." But watch it, okay? No one rummages. Promise. He ran out, hugging the box. When the city crew stepped in, they found a small group. The veteran standing, the sister beside him, Helena holding a sheet of paper. The mic was lifted. The reporter beamed. "You'll do the official remarks, right?" "There won't be a speech," Helena said. "Today we're only going to listen." She turned to the veteran. He hesitated, then walked to the doorway where Miguel waited. The boy made room, and together they set the box on a wooden bench by the garden. People gathered, quietly. The veteran placed Ray's medal on the lid. The medal caught the afternoon sun. "This is for everyone still trying to sleep in peace," he said, no mic needed. "And for everyone who wants to be remembered without noise." Ruth stepped forward and laid the letter beside the medal. A respectful murmur rippled through the small crowd. The mood shifted. The event stopped being a show and became a ritual. The reporter, moved, turned off the mic. One cameraman lowered the tripod. Miguel smiled and let a blue kite slip into the sky. The string climbed slowly with the wind until it was almost invisible. The veteran followed it, tears he didn't hide. "He used to say the sky was the only place we didn't have to hide." Ruth touched his arm. "Then look up, brother. He's still there." It looked like resolution, peace, and mending. Inside, Helena tidied the history table, ready to close quietly. A laminated badge slid from between the pages. Old U.S. Air Force ID, Harold Miller. The photo matched a younger him. On the back, a pen note. Classified, accident under investigation, 1973. New problem. Helena's stomach flipped. Maybe that accident wasn't only military. What if the veteran wasn't just a casualty of war, but keeper of a truth about Ray? She looked out the window. He stood outside, hugging Ruth, wind teasing his cap. Miguel circled with the blue kite dancing. Helena held the badge, torn. Between duty to truth and a promise of quiet stretched an abyss. She'd have to cross it tomorrow. Morning wind felt different, heavier. The badge in Helena's pocket weighed like an impatient truth. Her finger traced Harold Miller and the smudged note, accident under investigation, 1973. Unease pressed on her. Could it be the same incident that took Ray? Caitlin noticed her tense face. "Rough night." "I overthought," Helena said. "Some stories weigh more than they look." The bell chimed. The veteran himself. No cap. White hair made him look both older and more human. He carried a small wooden box. "I brought what's left of Ray," he said, voice tired. "His sister deserves the truth." Helena ushered him in. Ruth waited by the window, sunlight laying a gold stripe on the floor, almost a small aisle between them. He set the box down. Inside, photos, a torn ribbon, an unsent letter. "What they called an accident," he began, "wasn't just that." Ruth's eyes held him. Helena's heart thudded at her throat. "Ray and I were sent on a recon mission," he continued. "Command said it was simple: observe, report, return. But there was a village in the way, civilians, and muddled orders. I disobeyed. He stayed behind." Silence stretched. Ruth's hand rose to her chest. "He died. Trying to save you?" He nodded. "And I spent 40 years pretending it was the other way around, that I tried to save him. The guilt ate me slowly." Helena breathed. Children turning pages upstairs sounded like ordinary life, and by contrast, a blessing. "My brother used to say no one comes back the same," Ruth whispered. "I thought it was poetry. It was a warning." "He was the best of us," the veteran said. "That's why I kept the medal. Yesterday, when I saw the boys drawing, I knew Ray would have done the same, turned fear into sky. Maybe that's what renewal does, Mr. Miller, Helena said. Turns guilt into memory and memory into care. I can't return everything, he said, staring at the floor. You can, Ruth answered, taking his hand. By telling the truth. That gives back what matters. It felt like an answer. Forgiveness, small but real, took root. Helena let herself exhale until the phone rang again. Caitlin answered, 2 quick lines, hand over the receiver. The press, she said. They want yesterday's veteran. The clip went viral. He tensed. I don't want fame. I want to forget. They said the mayor's coming. In 30 minutes. New problem. If the story leaked half-told, he'd be judged or exposed. Helena needed to move. She stepped outside. The courtyard filled with blue kite joy as Miguel ran his line higher. The wind made the kite light, the exact opposite of how she felt. An idea sparked. She hurried back for her phone. Mr. Miller, Ruth, I need one more trust. He frowned. For what? To let you tell the truth the right way, not on TV, here. She propped her phone as a simple camera. A short video, 1 take, just you and the truth. We'll post it on the library's channel, so if anyone tries to turn pain into a spectacle, your story is already told, by you. He hesitated, then nodded. Okay, I want to start with his name. Helena recorded. His voice, unsteady, filled the room. My name is Harold Miller. I live to tell what my friend Ray could not. I hid behind silence too long. This medal is his, but the guilt was mine. Today I return it with respect, and with hope that no war needs heroes, only humanity. Ruth cried softly. Helena saved the video. If the mayor comes, she said, the truth is already alive. Sirens announced the motorcade. The veteran clenched the medal. Ruth stood beside him. Helena lifted her chin. A crowd gathered. The mayor smiled for cameras, unaware that inside the library the real parade, quiet forgiveness, had already begun. Miguel burst back in, breathless. Ms. Helena, the kite got stuck in the tree, and there's something caught on it. Helena looked out. Something metallic swung high in the branches, flashing sunlight. Another medal? She looked at the veteran. He went pale. That was his. Ray's. Fate wasn't done telling the story. The metal glint on the kite held every eye like a flame. Wind tossed the reflection, like the sun asking to remember. The veteran walked to the tree, face tight with awe and reverence. It's his, he breathed. The one that went missing the day of the attack. Miguel was already climbing before Helena could stop him. Careful, buddy, she called, too late. He reached the low branch. The wind helped. The red ribbon loosened, and the medal fell, spinning, to the grass. The veteran knelt and caught it in both hands, like receiving a baptism. Ruth came close. It's really his, she whispered. I sewed that ribbon before he left. Her fingers touched the cold metal, and time paused. Helena felt a shiver that wasn't from the weather. This was what forgiveness looked like. Yesterday I thought silence protected me, the veteran said. Today I see it was a cage with pretty curtains. Engines hummed. The mayor and TV crew arrived. Protocol tried to take over, but Ruth was quicker. She lifted Ray's medal. This is the real tribute, she said to the cameras. Steady, clear. A soldier who died saving another, and a survivor brave enough to tell the truth. The mayor, unsure, began a small clap. The crowd followed. Not applause exactly, more like respect. No speeches, No band, just wind and blue kites. Miguel squeezed Helena's hand. "Ms. Helena, will Mr. Miller be okay now?" "He will," she said. "He finally came home without leaving town." The veteran heard and smiled back. He handed the medal to Ruth and, from his pocket, took Ray's letter, folded with care. "Guilt doesn't vanish," he said to her, "but when we share it, it weighs less." Ruth hugged him. A long hug that seemed to stitch time back together. Helena watched and knew. His war ended here. By late afternoon, the square thinned. The letterbox, now full, sat beside a small plaque. Words of gratitude. Helena opened yesterday's anonymous note from the veteran and read it under her breath before tucking it back. "Thank you for not forcing me to be a hero. Thank you for letting me be human." She smiled. The sky, orange and kind, held the dance of blue kites, and distant church bells sounded like a breath of peace. Miguel ran toward his mom. "The kite flew again, Mom. It knows the way the wind goes." Helena looked to the horizon. "That's right, Miguel. Sometimes the wind chooses where we begin again." For a moment, she knew this day would be remembered, not as Veterans Day, but as the day forgiveness grew a face, a name, and a color. This story reminds us that true energy comes from within, the kind that renews us every day. If this story touched your heart, check the pinned comment to discover products that inspire renewal and balance. Leave a like and subscribe to join us in our next story.